Okay. So we can start, sir, now. Okay.
Shall I start?
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Teacher.
with your permission.
Sarvamangala
With your
teacher.
permission,
Chair.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
chair.
here.
Okay.
Hi.
okay. With all your permission, I start, okay. Respected Chairperson, Srimati Sarvamangala Rao, Madam, our chief guest of this program, Honorable Deputy Director of Education, Thiruvananthapuram, Sri Santosh Kumar Sir. I think that he has not joined. He may join us. Then Dr. Manoj Chandrasenan, the Chief Tutor, District Center for English, Kollam, Srimati Jansi K. Matthew, Sri Radish Babu, Sri Subramanian Master, Honorable Executive members, and other members of UP English Forum, and other teachers who have already joined this meeting, and teachers who are yet to join. A warm good evening to everybody. Warm welcome to the second program of online orientation class undertaken by UP English Forum. I wish all of you a happy Teachers' Day. Well, to introduce myself, I am Khalid, the convener of this program and the teacher from GUPS Kadirur, Kannur district. For the information of our guests and for fresh listeners, I think it will be appropriate to give you a brief description about this group. UP English Forum is a statewide WhatsApp group of English teachers. Started in Kasaragod district in 2017 and spread to almost all districts of the state. There are a number of resource persons in this group, including teachers who handle English classes on Kite channel. And our motto is to learn, explore, achieve, and flourish in English language, and to give support to each other to accomplish professional competence. And for this purpose, we have decided to organize teachers empowering programs, orientation classes by experts bi-weekly. And today's program actually is the second one in this vision, in this category. Ladies and gentlemen, now let me do my duty. This meeting will be presided over by Mrs. Sarvamangala Rao teacher from Kasaragod district. A cheerful welcome to you, madam. Next, we have with us the chief guest of the day, Honorable Sri Santosh Kumar S., the Deputy Director of Education, Thiruvananthapuram. We are lucky to get the presence of such an eminent person as the chief guest of the program, and he will say a few words, felicitate this program. I extend my warm welcome to him. As I don't know whether he is present or not. Anyway, sir, we are all blessed with your presence. Next, we have Sri Dr. Manoj Chandrasenan with us, who is going to present a talk on the topic, the need of intelligible English. A warm hearted welcome to you, sir. And we are, of course, waiting for your talk, eagerly waiting for your talk. Next, we have Srimati Jansi K. Matthew, teacher from Kollam district, with a mission of introducing the guests to us. A cheerful welcome to you, madam. Also, we have Subramanian sir with the task of presenting the logo of our prestigious group, launching of the logo of the our prestigious group, UP English Forum. A delightful welcome to you, sir. Then we have Sri Radish Babu sir, teacher and resource person in English from Kasaragod district, with the task of giving vote of thanks. A pleasant welcome to you, sir. Well, many teachers have joined this meeting already, and we expect many more. 100 people can be accommodated in this meeting. I expect that 100 people will turn out. A wholehearted welcome to all the teachers and the guests who are present here and who are watching this program. And with this, I conclude my words by inviting Mrs. Sarvamangala Rao to preside over this meeting. Thank you all. Madam, please.
Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. He who removes darkness of ignorance by applying the medicine of knowledge and opens the eyes. Salutations to that Guru. Mata, Pita, Guru, Deva. India is such a nation where teacher is considered as Guru, Devam, that is the Almighty. Respected Chief Guest, Mr. Santosh Kumar, DD of Trivandrum. Speaker of this evening, Dr. Manoj, Chandrasenan. Other dignitaries on the virtual floor, my dear teachers. A very happy Teachers' Day to all. We are very lucky to have Dr. Manoj Chandrasenan, who will be talking to us on the topic, the need of intelligible English, on this precious Teachers' Day. Though we are frustrated with this pandemic, we should thank Almighty for giving all of us these kind of opportunities to improve lockdown in gathering knowledge from available resources. Once again, I wish you all a very happy Teachers' Day. Now, let me invite our own RP from Kasaragod district, though he is settled in Trivandrum now. Subramanian sir, the president or the chairman of our English forum, to release the logo. Sir, over to you.
Okay, thank you, teacher. And first of all, happy Teachers' Day. And this is really an auspicious moment for releasing a logo for our prestigious group. And we know we have got a statewide accreditation for our group. And so that is why I think Jansi teacher suggested us to have a logo for our group. And this logo was designed by her husband, Mr. Jason G. Jacob. Sir is working in St. George's VHSS, Chovallur in Kollam district. And he designed the logo for us. And this logo, the motto of the logo is that to gives us learn, explore, achieve, and flourish. Khalid sir already told us the mission of this group. And so I do not like to extend my words to other. And with the permission, without permission of all of you, I would like to release the logo. So dear friends, and this is the logo for our WhatsApp group, UP English Forum. And this is comprised as a live, learn, explore, achieve, and flourish. And this day onwards, our group's logo will be this. And thank you everyone. Teacher, over to you.
Yeah. Congratulations to all of us for having our own logo, and thanks to husband of Jansi madam. Next, our chief guest will be joining us as he has another online meeting. So whenever he logins, we will give him a chance to speak with us. So now I know that all of you are eagerly waiting for Manoj Chandrasenan to listen him. So I invite Mrs. Jansi to introduce our chief speaker of today's evening. Over to Jansi.
A warm good evening to all. Happy Teachers' Day. Respected members who are listening to this talk, with your permission, may I introduce Mr. Manoj Chandrasenan, Dr. Manoj Chandrasenan, who will be talking to us after a while. In fact, I happened to sit in his class a couple of years back and could sense the difference, the vibrance, the motivational power, and his dedication to the cause of promoting English language. His passion for disseminating this language led him to undergo various courses at RAE Bangalore, RAE Mysore, IFLU Hyderabad. Dr. Manoj is a double PhD holder, both in ALT. He's having an MPA in Education Management and MPhil in English also. He is with the District Center scheme from 2006. Thousands of teachers got opportunities to listen to his class. He's an approachable person. His passion is traveling. He has visited 21 countries. He has also presented papers in 6 international seminars abroad. I do believe that today, as usual, he'll be able to motivate us towards effective English teaching, language teaching. Right now, he is serving as the chief tutor with the District Center for English, Kollam, which is attached to Diet Kottarakkara. His wife is an assistant professor in English at Government College, Kozhikode. His son is doing his +2 studies. So let me invite my dear sir, my mentor, to address us. Sir, please.
Can I start? All of you, can you
Yes, sir. Yes,
hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So the voice was breaking.
Yes,
You know,
yes,
when you people spoke, the voice was slightly breaking. I don't know. The same problem is with my talk also. But is it okay now? Is it clear?
Yeah, it's clear, sir.
Okay.
clear, sir.
Good. And as anon, when the deputy director sir joins in, let me know, and so I'll stop at that time and let him talk to us, because today, as you know, it's Teachers' Day, and there will be such a lot of functions to attend. So. And it's so kind of him to joining us. He will be coming. Yes. So now, once again, thank you very much for inviting me for this program. In fact, I'm honored. I feel very, very elevated, to be talking to you on a Teachers' Day. I consider it as a great honor, and it's really, really fine. And more than that, what struck me most is that UP teachers, UP level teachers, or whatever it may be, the teachers in the government sector, in the general education sector, they have decided to start a forum and work towards upgrading and in the matter of English is something really to be appreciated. So long time back, there was a general saying that everything is lost and so much damage is being caused from the school days. The children are not being taught English in the proper manner. So that is excuse me, I'm sorry. And that's the reason why, when they come to the college level and all, when they go for higher studies, they're having trouble. So this is a noble gesture, what you are doing, upgrading, you're professionally developing the area. So that's a good thing. And let's not waste much time, and today a lot of people are here. So I'll be focusing mainly on the intelligible English, intelligibility. And so before that, I want to ask you a simple question. Some among you can answer that, or two can answer that. So why do we learn English? The purpose of we learning English in Kerala? That's my simple question. No, I start with that. So anyone give me an answer for that? What's the reason? Why we learn a language, especially English?
Sir, it is to communicate with the people other than the people who are not speaking Malayalam, especially the people from out of the country.
Okay. Okay. Any other opinion?
Sir, English actually is a global language, So it's imperative that we should learn English. If you want to go outside, definitely you must know English so that you'll be safe.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very good, very good. That's okay. That's okay. That's agreed. And when we say that English, when we say that English, you have to speak just like a foreigner, just like a British, a native speaker. Do we need to speak exactly like a native speaker? In that, or when we start learning English, is that a real must? Or to what extent?
Excuse me, sir. Very good evening. There is no compulsory state in that particular thing. Actually, we have to follow our own tongue. I think it will be suitable for us for that, right?
Yes.
So there shouldn't be a compulsory state.
Yes. Yes. Do agree.
And after all, we are not British, right?
Yes, of course, yes, we are Malayalis, and we do have a mother tongue, and we have our own culture, and all such things, taking into account all such things, we have to. So now let me, yes, okay. So now let me come to the point. So whatever it may be, when we learn to speak English, it has to be an intelligible English, Otherwise, there is, Just remember, all of you, please remember. A person once rightly said, we use English not to speak among ourselves, not speak among the Malayalis. Now, among ourselves, there is Malayalam is good for. If not, Hindi is there, and there is no need to study a foreign language, for us to speak among ourselves. So definitely, has got a purpose. Learning English has got a purpose. And that a language purpose is served when it becomes intelligible, when it becomes comprehend to the other person, when the other person understands you, and when you can understand another person who speaks English. If there is a break in understanding the thing, then it is it will somewhat, it won't be achieving its objective. Okay, so let's see the difference between intelligibility and comprehensibility. So if I start asking questions now, I won't be able to finish my talk. Later, my idea is that later we can have an open discussion, and we will try to sort it out, whatever points you come across with, we'll try to discuss on that. Whatever I know, I'll be explaining. Okay, so the difference between intelligible English and comprehensive, what is intelligibility? Intelligibility is that you understand each and every word, the usage and the word in it in a sentence, then we call it, if you can understand that, we call it intelligibility. But if you get a general idea about that sentence, get some rough idea about a sentence, then you can say it's comprehensible. You have comprehended. So comprehension is something, both are somewhat similar, but slightly different. But we have to act the intelligibility, not only the comprehensibility. That is not alone is not enough. I'll give you an example. I'll say that it's bitter. It's bitter cold. When I say that it's bitter cold, some can comprehend that, oh, it's cold. It's something relating to with cold. It may be kind of a serious kind of a cold climate like that. No, without realizing the meaning and understanding the real sense of bitter, you can comprehend that it is bitter cold means something which is somewhat it's much colder than normal. So that is the difference between intelligibility and comprehensibility. So with that, now before I enter into the right thing, the intelligible English, I want to tell you that the importance of English, you all will be knowing. There is no need for me to explain such things, again and again. You might have been listening about it. Why internationally English is important, and why this is it's a language, it's a covetable language, and why it's being widely used. That you all know the reasons for that. But you have to remember. But if anyone is asking you, children, if you want to really tell the importance of English to the children, then you can say that that telecom giant Nokia company, the Nokia company is a Finnish company. It's a Finland. Its origin is from Finland, but the official language in the company or official language is English. Then the SAP program, that is the computer company, the German company, and that company, their official language is English. They are supposed to use English, even though it is there in another. It's originated in another country where another language is being spoken. Then how about the Booking.com? The travel service related company that is from Netherlands, in Amsterdam, Netherlands. Such company also, their official language is English. And what to say that the IATA airlines industry. All the flights, their conversation, the flights operate, and the pilots will be conversing to the control tower in English. So in so many aspects, you can really establish that English is something highly important. English is widely accepted than any other language. There are very popular languages are there, but English is widely accepted around the world. So that's what the first point I'd like to reiterate, and then. Now comes to the matter of pronunciation. Intelligibility is lost when the pronunciation goes wrong. So English pronunciation is something very important, and it becomes difficult. You know why? English is not English by writing a word, by just reading a set of words. You cannot pronounce it in that manner. English is it has got another phonetic sound. So it is based on the sound, not really based on the alphabet. Okay, so that I think these things all I'm coming to things. These are the things which I'm brushing through. So that is extremely difficult. Why we are having a problem? What the problems? If it is for example. If any word is written in that form, if it can be pronounced in the same manner, there won't be much. There would have been not much a problem for Malayalis, to follow that. But English is a tricky language where a lot of words, are being pronounced in a different manner than in the way it is written. Okay, so that's why it becomes challenging. So now, how to find out? Now there is no hard and fast rules for that. The first thing you have to understand that there are certain rules, some rules, like consonants, and when you deal with what do you call vowel sounds and the consonants, there are certain rules, but excuse me, but always that rule is not applicable. It is not applicable. You cannot follow such rules. So now then how can you find, or how can you understand which is the right English, which is the correct pronunciation? What is the way? So because sometimes it is, for example, I'll take just a simple Garage, Garage. So somebody can pronounce it? Anyone?
Garage.
Okay, yeah, very good. You know it. Yeah, so you people knowing it. I know there are people, they will be very good in English. But there are so many people, because this word is quite popular in Kerala, in India. Yeah, but we have used it in Malayalam and all in garage. So in Malayalam, you just remember, you just imagine that how you write that word, garage. So that has gone deep into our minds, and a sizable set of teachers and a lot of people are still using garage. But the problem is that when you use such a word, such a popular word in English, and such a common word, such a popular usage in even in Britain, in England, but able to understand what you're talking. When you say, if you say garage. Now you got it? I'll be giving examples later. Anyone? Somebody is trying to speak? Yeah? Is there anyone? Anything to clarify now? Okay, maybe accidentally they have on the microphone. Okay, yes. So this is what, like these kind of things, how to understand, how to find authentically what is the right pronunciation, even the very word pronounce and pronunciation. I always, in my training, there are people who might have attended my training, at least some of them are here. Have been repeatedly using this, that is the thing you have to correct it. The word, how you pronounce a word, and your pronunciation should be good. Pronunciation. So word pronounce and pronunciation. That is something. So when you correct it, how? By listening to authentic things, authentic listening, like listening to clippings, video clippings, TV news, authentic TV channels. From there, all you can identify. So, in fact, to tell you frankly, I have learned. I came from a normal background school, Malayalam medium. Through that, I came through. And if you think that I've improved to a little bit, like this, it's because of listening. Yeah, I used to listen to English news and such things. I used to listen carefully, and I used to repeat. I used to it out. When I listen to something correctly, when I realize that's the way it has to be spoken, I used to repeat such things, and drill it out, and try to come to reach near to it. We definitely, how much we try, we'll never be able to reach to a level of exactly like an American or a, due to geographical positions, your physiological conditions, all such things, you can never reach to that level, but you can reach very close to them, You might listen to Shashi Tharoor and all, So he speaks fluently and calmly, but still, that he is not speaking like an exact British native, one who is an real native, but he can really converse in a most effective style. So that's what we are looking for. I'm not asking everyone to come or to reach to a level of Dr. Shashi Tharoor. He has learned and studied in English, graded, and he has done such a lot of things and all. But always can struggle and try towards reaching that intelligibility, reach a position, a good speaking skills, by listening to English. So listen, identify, and try to repeatedly use it, and then you will be able. Now, so now you got the difference, comprehension is that the total, you will understand. So there is a saying, at least of the earlier tutors and teachers and teacher trainers used to tell us, comprehension is enough. A student, when we teach something, if he understands, then the teacher feels happy. And the worst thing is that when a teacher teaches something in English, an English text, is being taught, and a question is being asked in Malayalam, and if the student, or the question is being asked in English, if the student answer that question in Malayalam, and if the answer is right, the teacher will be happy. The teacher feels that the work is done. He has understood what I have taught here. Now he knows. So with that comfort feeling, we started diluting this teaching of English. That is the reason, now this is a great thing. Most of you teachers are using English. You're comfortably talking, you're comfortably presenting, you're comfortably using English. That should happen in our classrooms. Of course, it has to happen. Since all through my PhDs, I have realized that then only when I started learning the theories, then only I started realizing such certain things, that 12 years is a crucial stage, a child's in a child's language learning capabilities. The capability becomes to the optimum. A child's language receiving capacity reaches to the maximum when a child reaches the age of 12. So that means the most receptive time child is in front of us, the UP level teachers. So that's the time we are supposed to give the right things to him in the matter of language, and that will be that would have been a great asset for them lifelong. But sorry to say that it's not happening really. But now things are improving. Definitely, we are doing a lot of department is coming out with certain things. This Hello English, Hello World, and such new things are coming up. And with that, that's not enough. I say. Every teacher inside the classroom should be able to use English, and constantly the teacher should be trying to upgrade their skills in using English. Got it? Yes. So now I've been mentioning about comprehensibility and intelligibility. Then now I believe that you got an idea about that. So native speaker, like I always used to tell these two examples to my teachers, my teacher trainers and all, Once a Britisher came, and I parked my car in the garage, not in the garage, in the garage. And the driver parked the car in the garage. And later the British woman started asking the driver, hey, where's the car? She couldn't find the car in front of the house. Where's the car? She was asking. And the driver was telling her, madam, car is in the garage. Car is in the garage. Like that. 2-3 times he was telling garage. She was asking, the British lady was asking, what, like that she was asking. But this fellow was thinking that, no, he said the right thing. And he was asking me that, sir, you only told me that, no, she's a Britisher, she's a British lady, and she's not understanding English. And I said, it's in the garage, she's not understanding. That is the Indian uneducated, normal educated person, that is his thinking. Then he tried to revise it. Then he said, madam, in the car shed, when he realized that she's not understanding. So that is a Malayali's, typical, what to say that, he's a brainy. Then he tried to express it in a different manner. He said, madam, the car is in the car shed. Oh, then she realized he was trying to say earlier. Oh, you mean in the garage, right? Garage or garage, both ways they use. So when she said that, when the communication, was met. So until such time, he was thinking that I'm no English. This is the problem with a lot of our students, with a lot of our teachers. They feel that my English is okay. My English is good. I can speak English. But that kind of English is not being understood by others. Why? Because you make some glaring pronunciational errors, That is, but not only you have to understand, English is not only a matter of pronunciation. We are going to brush through the things also, like everything today with this 1 hour, it won't be enough. But I'll be mentioning that. So you got it? I believe that you have understood this, So when the person thinks that my English is okay, so that is what, they typically for us. So if he has mentioned that to me, then I easily understood, He said, this car is in the garage. I could have understood. Any other person in Kerala would have understood. No problem. But do we learn English, for us to speak ourselves? No. That's not the question. It has to have an international intelligibility. Otherwise, there is no use. Then there is Marwada. Then another opinion comes out. They say that, some European countries, they are not promoting English at all. Like, for example, Germany, if you go to Germany or Austria or such Italy, in some parts of Italy and all, they will never speak English. They are hesitant to speak English, even if they know English, even French people, they are hesitant to speak English. They will try not. But they can be like that, no problem, because they have already developed. So, but why we Indians, we learn English as a skill to a great extent, as to a major reason. So we have to make use of that language. That just for communication we learn and we sit tight in our rooms, in our chairs, no. We learn English. We are supposed to learn English to make use of it. So if you want to make use of it, if you want to make use of that language and get into something, definitely you need to have this international intelligibility. That's why some countries backing out doesn't mean that countries like India or developing, should back out of that. So we are in, somebody was mentioning once, we are becoming slaves again. We are just following Britisher, just following Britisher, just following, talk like Britisher, just following to imitate Britisher, just following to dress like a Britisher. We are just becoming slaves once again. But no, that's wrong. Actually, we are trying masters to them, we are upgrading. We can upgrade in such a way that we can master them. I quote you an example. In England, I've seen that there are teachers from India who was born and brought up in India and now working in England teaching English students English. British students English, there are teachers who came from India and teaching them. That is how, that's the power of language. That's the level they achieved and good enough to teach the natives in English. It sounds funny, but it's a fact. So that's the level, we should be thinking, we should be eyeing for. But that is a very higher level, like the Shashi Tharoor's level and all, that's a higher level. But even though if we are able to achieve that, we should at least know and should at least try to be near or just go forward rather than circling and forming our own English. Then there are other opinions also. You have Australia, New Zealand English. They have their own English and such things. But in India, then why can't we have an Indian English? Why? Anyone can anyone tell me that? Why we can't have an Indian English? Mainly, anyone, please. We do have an Indian English. We do have an Indian versions, but why it's not effective?
We don't have a common language in India.
That's right. Exactly. You are absolutely right. Indians, we have Manglish, we have Singlish, we have Dunglish, we have such a lot of English. So our mother tongue influence is a major thing. We do have such a lot of languages in India, and we cannot have a common platform. But now the recent studies are coming out like that. For example, Arundhati Roy is the god of small things. She has used a lot of Malayalam cultural words in a novel. You got it? That's the modern writers, are like that. These kind of they call it post-colonial writers. They write like that, and they have she has used it. So what will be the problem? The problem with the Britishers will be to understand the cultural impact. Mundu madaki kuti, that is in English. She writes like that. In that, it will be difficult for them culturally to balance and identify that. But there is an opinion that also you should all understand that. But there is a saying that when you start writing like that, it is either they have to leave it, they have to throw that book out, or they have to find out the meaning of this, to enter into our culture and find out. So that is something good thing, That is what the post-colonial writers, are trying to. They let them come and find our culture also through these means, through the literature. You got it? That is another way. I'm not going to talk more about that, but another parangapam, I just mentioned that. So Arundhati Roy Narcissus. Yes.
One of our textbooks, it was used Nyaval Palam.
Sir,
yes.
Sir, excuse me, let me say something, sir, if you, with your permission, sir.
Oh, yeah, please. Oh.
Yeah, I'd like to add some points from my side, sir. Actually, I've asked about why didn't we have our own English manner? It was the question that you asked.
Yes.
Sir, when you asked this question, actually, I still remember about a particular English tongue that is so popular in Singapore, that is Singlish. I know that you have heard about it. Actually, this British imperialism is the most important reason behind this international acceptability of this language. And our India, actually, for some decades, actually, we are having such type of experience from British. So, but and the strange thing happened in Singapore that should be happening in India also. But in India, our initiative parts and our society didn't. They never tried so far to fabricate our own English style of speaking.
Yeah.
But But sir, the foreign trade, commerce, and this imperialism, everything made this language an international weapon. Is it, sir? So I think the most important point that you have mentioned here is most important. That is, we have to communicate what we are having in our mind, and the minimum we have to understand what we are thinking to circulate to other person. Is it, sir? So, as a part of our cultural exploration,
yes,
actually,
we can with this discussion. I understand. I do value, because I will lose the track. That's why you're asking now. But we can have a discussion later about this. Okay, so you are absolutely right. So Singapore, I know it very well. I worked there for 7 years. I was.
I know, right?
So they have developed their own English, and they are not creating any problems for anyone. But it is definitely they have a lot of shortages, compared to British English. But again, my real striking point is that the intelligibility is not lost. Even a Singaporean speaks, Britishers are able to understand, even though they have a lot of slang. They have this and that, some understanding is there. Now let me say that an Australian speaks, and Australians, they have developed their own English. American their own English, American accent, American dialect, American accent actually, they do it. But the common platform connecting them is that it is intelligible to each other. A Britisher can easily understand an American can easily understand a Britisher. And just like an Australian, just like a Singaporean, they can understand each other. But we are not that level. It's because of we are not having a neutral English. So we have to struggle to have a neutral English, which is free from mother tongues, mother tongue influence, which should be free from mother tongue influence. I'm coming to that. Okay, so you are absolutely right in such a way that whatever imperialistic, they have their own reasons, for promoting that language. They have imperialistic thoughts, ideas, and all. So what Arundhati Roy has rightly done, and what the post-colonial writers are doing is that they pump in lots of words, and now the Britishers are forced, or the British imperialistic people they are forced to accept lots and lots of cultural words into their daily usage. So puttu kadala and catamaran, also earlier we used to say catamaran, puttu kadala, and all have gone into their daily usage vocabulary in England. So that is something that is a real thing, the good thing, a cultural thing. But I'm talking about the usability and such things, how we are going to gain it for the time being, on the wider sense. Think about it later. So now then certain words. So it's always this intelligibility is lost when the pronunciation gets distorted to a great extent. Slight pronunciational difference make much a problem, but when it is highly distorted pronunciation, we do have a problem. For one more example, I'll quote. In a hotel, that the people came, the Britishers were sitting and they having their lunch, and there was a plan to go to visit the beach after having the lunch. And the hotel, the bearer, like he was enthusiastic, he came. He was asking about the lunch, how was the lunch and all. Then afterwards he came, not even properly in full connected words, not in that manner. He asked, next, sir, dessert, like that he asked. So that means, shall I bring dessert now? Like that he was asking. So immediately the brothers, they looked up, they looked at me, and they said, Manoj, do we have any plans to go to the desert? We thought we are going to the beach now. Do we have it here? So now what is the problem there? In the matter of dessert, the boy used desert. So there, complete loss of communication and complete. So they have really thought that it is a debt. He's planning to take us to the desert, and the boy also thought, a lot of people in India used to come and say desert after lunch and after dinner and all. We go for the sweet. That's they say desert like that. And in TV shows, that a lot of people are talking about deserts, but actually the pronunciation is desert. It's desert. So these kind of simple things, if we come to know, if we practice, and if we try to minimize that glaring things, we will be able to communicate. That's what I said. In Singapore, I know very well, they do have a slang, they do have their own English, they have their own English, this and that. But no Singaporean is finding it difficult to talk to a British person. A Britisher is not finding it difficult to talk to a Singaporean. So I know it very well, too well in the sense that 7 years I was working there. So that's the reason I'm talking like this. So that is not at all a problem. So that is that kind of a thing, they developed. Even though they have, I told you there is a slang in they use timber, they use spectacles, like such words, they use, but still that intelligibility is not lost. They can communicate, and there is not having a problem. Okay, so this is something, we have to understand, and we do have our English is having a lot of problems because of our mother tongues, So mother tongue, I'll give you a few words, like MALL. A lot of people pronounce it as mal. So why of our writing is this mal and the then MAP? There are even a lot of people, even our dear great friend Santosh George Kolangar also always says that map. It's map. So map, when you say that such a word, that intelligibility or the meaning is lost when you are talking to a person who is knowing the to articulate like a sound, map and map. It's different. Like apple, okay, apple we have somewhat corrected, but some people used to say apple. Why? Because in Malayalam it is written apple, like law. LAW, law college. But elderly people, even my father used to say la college, la. That's the way we use it, the old timers. Then watch, watch we say watch. Then vehicle, like it's actually a vehicle. So vehicle, why we say? Because we write that and think, and we'll transfer immediately. I mean, straight away being spoken in such a way. So that is the reason why quite a lot of words, we are having problems. And such problems are creating problems, because when as a teacher, you start talking like the classroom, what is happening is that the students will listen to it and they will try to follow that. They will try to really imitate that, and they will think that that is the right thing. So one was making a mistake, in pronunciational mistake. So I told him, hey, that's not the way to speak. You have to use it like this, But he laughed at me and he was telling, oh, my teacher told this right. So he believes the teacher. So this is the greatest part. This is the greatest area we all need to improve if needed. That is, if you are coming out with some wrong usages, wrong pronunciation, that we are in fact disturbing, or in fact we are doing something wrong to the children, because the children, as I told you earlier, the 12 years is a crucial time. They get these things into their minds, and then that is definitely, they will think that's the right thing, and that will be very difficult for them to unlearn in later stage. Okay, so now comes the various, since I started talking about intelligible English, now let me come to other things, the dialects, now people are used to comment that, oh, there are so many dialects in English. Yes, of course, yes. We do have Malayalam also. We do have a northern dialect, a southern dialect, and difference in speaking, but comprehensible among each other. You got a northern dialect, southern dialect, and East Midland dialect. They can converse and they will understand. There will be differences, but they can understand each other. The basic thing, they will be able to understand each other without much trouble. So, then, what is an accent? Then comes, so I talk about accent. Accent is something like certain areas, so American accent. Let's talk about American accent. So I just now earlier I mentioned that America, they have their own accental patterns. Australians, they have Britishers, they have all New Zealanders, they have their own like that. But they are for them it is among them, they are not having a problem in their conversation. They will never stop or wait or just try to find the meaning of what the people are telling. So I will give you an example. I will tell you a sentence, like, I came to school today by car. In a normal, typical Malayalam way, a normal child will say, I came to school today by car. So this, I'm trying to use it in different ways, just like an American and just like the American way and the British way, even an Australian way also. So the Britishers will say, normally it's like that, I came to school today by car. I came to school today by car. I came to school today by car. Car, just car. Car, that's all. But an American will say that I came to school today by car. Today by car. Yeah. So that I'll talk about later. Why? And then the Australians say, normally they make a great change, a diversion is that I came to die by car. I came to die by car. I came to school to die. Today, that's to die. Here, these kind of differences, that is what they said, that Americans have their own, British have their own, Australians have their own. But again, let me tell you, it is not really a problem for them to communicate each other. And Americans slightly, they round the R sound. The ending R sound is not at all pronounced in.
Sir,
yes, sir. Somebody.
Can you once again light upon that Australian accent, please? Can you once again light on that Australian accent?
Australian, normally they say, so they say you should listen to Australian commentators.
I want to know the stress of that particular word.
I came to school to die by car. I came to school to die by car. So normally when we listen it carefully, we will think he came to die. He came to die to school by car like that. To die today.
Yeah,
today. And the other British American is that more rounded to r sound. Starting sound only Britishers will use. The ending sounds, they will ignore. Such a lot of things, they will be doing. Okay. So Britishers tend to pronounce r when it is first letter is a word r. So like this, in that American and British, there are a lot of differences between spellings. So Americans are trying to simplify the spellings. I'm not going deep into it, but one or two examples, just to give you samples and let you understand that different nuances of these languages, languages. So the color, theater, or all these spellings, they try to simplify it. So the Americans are trying, they say that they are trying to refine the English language. Americans, normally what they are saying that the Britishers have complicated the language by adding lot of spellings, theater, T-H-E-A-T-R-E, T-H-E-A-A, T-H-E-A-T-R-E. But Britishers said T-H-E-A-T-E-R, theater. So they say they are trying to simplify it like that. Even in the vocabulary, but the problem is that the good thing is that these two are understood by these two countries people. Like Americans will say apartment and the Britishers will say flat. I live in a flat. Americans will say that no, even it's a flat. They say that they are living in an apartment. And the Americans will say that they are going for a vacation. The British will say they are going for a holiday. Vacation, a holiday. Like the movies, they say Americans will say they are going for a movie. Britishers are still using a going for cinema. Then like a lot of like mailbox, postbox, that such differences are there. And then a drugstore, chemist. Americans will say drugstore. Britishers will say they go to the chemist. And even Americans will say soccer finals. They normally use soccer only. And Britishers will say football. But there is a funny thing is that actually the soccer was used by Britishers initially. This word was brought by Britain, and the Britishers came to America, settled, and that's how soccer came. Later, British took that off and they replaced with football, but the Americans didn't do that. The Americans still stuck on with soccer. Then, just like that. Next comes the dialect. So dialectual differences, it's a peculiar particular, mostly due to geographical conditions. The dialect differences are coming. The southern, for example, in England, the northern England and the southern England, in Brighton, that side, the southern England. I came here at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. 8, they say 8. But then, on the top, the northern side, they say I came at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock is the time. 8 o'clock. So, but here, 8 o'clock. That is some kind of a difference. How their expressions, grammar, and all having a particular way of saying. Some usages also will be used. For example, like. Britishers normally they tend to use a lot of idioms and phrases in their language. So English has also got a lot of dialects, as I told earlier. Now let's come to the most important thing about the sounds. So I have been giving you an introduction about all these things. I'll be finishing it within maybe half an hour, mostly half an hour more. I'll take then I'll talk. Stop. Okay, so English is spoken. We have how many alphabets in English? Anyone? Come again?
26. Am I right?
26, sir.
Yeah, but remember, that is one thing. That's the first thing we have to learn. Alphabet is that A to Z. A to Z, that 26 letters are known as a single alphabet, English alphabet. English alphabet means A to Z, that 26 letters, letters. You got it? In English, I think a lot of teachers, during my training also, have realized that they think that A is an alphabet, B is an alphabet, C is an alphabet. No. Alphabet means, English alphabet means A to Z. Altogether, it's an alphabet. It has got 26 letters. But now let me ask you, are we speaking English with the help of alphabet? Are we really speaking English with the help of the alphabet?
No,
English alphabet? According to the alphabet? No. That you all know. As being English teachers, you all will be knowing. You write something, and there is a funny thing. It's like George Bernard Shaw once said, he wrote goatee, G-H-O-T-I, goatee, and he asked to pronounce fish. G-H-O-T-I he wrote, and then he said, you pronounce it. English is such a funny language that you write goatee and you have to pronounce like fish. How it happens? Okay, without wasting much time, I'll tell. G-H, goatee, G-H, 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 R-O-U-G-H, R-O-U-G-H, T-O-U-G-H. The sound of G-H says what? Fur. R-O-U-G-H, rough, tough, right? So fur, fish in the fur. Then goatee, H-O-O. O sounds for women. Women are the sound E sound. So fish in the next one, F-I. T-I, nation, N-A-T-I-O-N, R-T-I-O-N, nation, ration, not ration, ration it's a ration, ration, you have to say it ration, nation and ration. So these two called what? SH, nation, ration, sure. So that is what they say. The English is such a funny language. You write goatee and finally you'll end up in saying as fish. So just like that. Then now comes the real thing. Then how are we speaking English, and in which manner should we are supposed to speak English, and what should be knowing about it? Anyone? You'll definitely will be knowing that. Those who have done your literature or English in your degrees, definitely they'll be knowing it. We are so now. Maybe we won't be getting much time for like this if you go on discussion, but it's always better to have discussion in these kind of things, in any class, and not only in these kind of things. But we speak English with the help of sounds. English sounds, phonemic sounds. Okay. So not with the English alphabet. Alphabet is used. Not necessarily all the time alphabet is being properly followed. But we use, for example, if lieutenant, you write a lute, and then you say, if you read it with the alphabetic way, you read it as a lieutenant, but you have to say lieutenant.